And here we are live. Hello, everyone who has come to watch us. We are a bunch of normal-ass people who have played D&D, and I know this is a weird day for us. We recently just changed schedules where we're going to be doing every 2 Monday nights, and then we'll be taking a Monday off. So next Monday, we will not be live. It will be back on the following Monday. That way people can deal with, real life, and adulting, because, well, adulting is bullshit. And, hey, thank you for the new follow. So, quick recap of our last session. But before we get into that, let's introduce our players. How about we start with the one who got the haircut today? So, who got a haircut today?
I am Damien the DM. I just pulled up my character sheet for Elkson and remembered that I'm at 1 fucking health point. But hey, I'm playing Elkson, the super, well, not as naive anymore. Dragonborn, used to be Ranger, now is Druidlock. Lots of shit going on there, and we'll probably have a full breakdown if Miyagi dies.
We haven't even gotten to Miyagi yet, Next, we have Jane Demand. And Jane Demand is muted.
Hey, I am Jane Demand, aka Blue Mage Artist on the Twitters. I am playing Suzen Sahana, who is also at 1 hit point. And if Miyagi dies,
Oof. Oh my gosh. Felt like I got stabbed right there.
And there you go. Go ahead, Ren.
Hello, I'm Ren. I play a super sad faun named Gabri. He's been having a rough time, and despite some possibly interesting, life-changing news, it's probably gonna be another real bad day for him. But who knows? Maybe today'll be the day where things get a little better. Maybe no.
And last but not least, we have our Wizard Cat Dragon bringing in a brand new character. Go ahead. Oh, did I spoil that?
Alrighty, so my character's name's Biram. Anyway, so I play Miyagi, the Tabaxi Draconic Lineage Sorcerer and Divination Wizard with just a splash of Warlock in there. Or some extra damage, but he's clearly the most OP in the party, so that's why if he dies, Brian's taking him out. It's fine. I figured out your game plan.
So, when we last left off, our party ended up meeting with a former party companion as they were searching this ancient temple of Bahamut. They were there because Miyagi was hunted by other Dragonborn, saying that his bloodline actually corrupted the matriarch and the reason why he is a draconic lineage sorcerer. They gave him 2 months to either face the flame of Bahamut and hopefully purge himself of this corruption, or they would be back to hunt him and kill him. And after a brief 5 minutes in the Feywild that turned into 5 weeks, they did find this temple of Bahamut that was located in the middle of a lake, having it sunk down into the ground. Rampaging through, their former party companion, Mia, informed them while she was attempting to steal many, many dragon eggs that the gods themselves were a lie. And defeating Mia and her new BFF, Yosan Nigel, a gnome artificer necromancer who was focused on draconic heritage and just a really awful dude. He did many.
The dead.
Yes, he is definitely now dead, as he has a hole through half of his head from an eldritch blast.
I mean, until his phylactery brings him back.
I could make him a lich. Good idea. Thank you for that. Having defeated Mia, her words were confirmed by a massive iron golem seeming to be controlled by Bahamut himself. The gods themselves are a lie. What occurred was during the many assaults of the Elder Evils upon the world of Jesradin, the gods themselves pushed the world away, causing all the dragons, full-blooded dragons, at least most of them, to a deep hibernation, which is why no one living has seen a dragon. And that the party themselves, this group of people who joined together by happenstance, actually contained a divine spark. They are not gods themselves, but they are the reincarnated forms of the fallen avatars of the gods. With this new information, Miyagi stepped into the flame given by these statues and felt pain. So, let's jump right back in. Miyagi, as you are definitely very fuzzy right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect my camera.
Okay. Go and do that because, well, his story is a little bit important right now because he's in the fire. But while this is going on, Elkson, you hear in your head, "My dear Elkson, now you can see what I've always seen inside of you. You have the power. You can protect them."
Now, how can I hope to protect them? Miyagi is being judged as we speak, and I can do nothing. He
And
may
you
die
see,
while I stand by.
Miyagi's not being judged. Miyagi's being burned alive. You hear Miyagi scream. Miyagi, in this fire, it doesn't feel like normal fire. It feels cold. It burns. Your fur is gone. Your scales underneath your fur have bubbled up. And you wanted your thoughts, if you remember, were redemption. As you see your friends around you, you hear the scream first. And then you realize it's your voice, it's your scream. You look around at the worried faces of your friends, who may have worried faces or may have an indifferent face.
Sunglasses.
You must not give in to the flame. I can grant you power. Stand by my side and you will live.
Fuck that. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Then you hear another voice. You must end my daughter's suffering. As the entirety of the world around you goes dark. Your warlock level is now celestial. Change that.
Will do, buddy.
The first thing you see is Astral Guard, and it shines. The metal is not unknown anymore. It is pure platinum. Go ahead and search for Astral Guard Awakened in D&D Beyond.
Yes! Alright, okay. Sorry. Oh.
The flames die down. The entire room is black. And slowly, the torches on the side of the walls light up. And you see Miyagi there. Perfectly fine. Breathing heavy, but alive.
And Elkson will immediately run over and give him the tightest of hugs, crying already.
Oh dear, so... Seems like I'm alive. And the rest of you... You're looking alright. Dear. I'm gonna look up Astral Guard real fast.
Whoever that you're okay.
What was that? Sorry, I was reading. My apologies.
He got a new toy, so he has to look at it immediately.
Good.
Yeah, pay attention.
Elkson is holding you, crying, and saying, thank whoever that you are okay.
Well, it was... you know, dragons, they're alright. And I'm gonna look towards... is the golem still there?
The golem is still there.
Oh dear. If you have someone to thank, and I know I would be taking the credit for this, under any other circumstances, however, it's not me. Thank Bahamut. Also, we have to go purify a dragon. So...
Never-ending list of tasks goes on. But it's fine. I will do whatever. I am just glad that you are still here. He's like holding you by the shoulders at this point, like inspecting you.
The gauntlet is shinier.
I can assure you, I'm fine, for the most part. That fire, you would think it'd be warm. It was not warm, it was very cold. But still burned?
Do you feel any different? Are the voices still in your head? What happened?
Bahamut? You're not there, are you? And Miyagi's gonna, like, think that in his head.
As you think that in your head, your hand automatically like brushes up against your holy symbol of Arathis, and you can feel the indentations on it have changed. But you hear no voices.
He's there. They're there. Maybe not the other ones, but Bahamut here.
So that's it? You're okay? We don't have to worry about these people coming after you or voices in your head or... Wait, what about Ixbit?
Ixbit, are you still here, buddy?
I'm here. And you see he looks different. Instead of the crimson color, Ixbit was the color red, but it almost blood red. You see, he is now a bit darker, but in his wings, where where the membrane would actually meet to form a bone. That bone, instead of being like gnarled and black, it's actually silver type color. I'm here.
Oh,
Is he invisible
look
right
at-
now, or can all of us see him?
All of you can see him.
Oh, look
Okay.
at you! You're so handsome.
Well, thank you.
Mm. See, I knew it.
Feel different.
Can you do anything different?
I can think now.
That's always a good one, buddy. Some of us don't like to think. And I am 100% sure Susan is just blowing us off.
Pretty much.
Oxen just realizes that she's still holding on to Miyagi and just kind of like uncomfortably lets go at the mention of not thinking. Like as a player, I know it's probably not directed at her, but she feels like it's directed at her because of recent decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of backs off a little bit.
So, as you can all see, I'm fine. I'm alive.
Right, I did think you were just gonna end up a pile of ash there for a
Oh,
second.
that
I'm
would have
glad
been
you...
terrible.
It would have been quite unfortunate. Glad you made it.
Oh, I'm glad to. I'm glad to be alive and not dead. So, I'm sure you have heard this bit, but we have to go purify a dragon. So you know how I basically said that great grandmammy needs purifying? Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to be the ones to do that. I don't know why I'm speaking country now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright. So we're probably going to have to handle that sooner or later.
How do we even go about that? Where would we even find her? How do you purify a dragon?
Well, when there's a will, there's a way, so
Important
Before... Sorry.
point of clarification. He did not say purify, he said end her suffering.
Josh knows that. Yeah, he isn't saying that much.
Understandable. Ren, you were saying?
Gavri is like only just now taking the hand away from his head after like real. I assume we're all put back on the ground after everything's like, right. As interesting as that is, and it is quite the fantastical tale. I do have questions before we move on with you, and he'll direct like a glare up at the iron golem.
The golem will look down, ask quickly, I will not be active for long.
Oh, delightful. Well, I don't know what you all saw, but my vision was nothing more than a cruel joke, so let's pretend that I do believe you about all this being a spark and whatnot. How would we go about unlocking more of that power?
That I do not know. But you are missing something. Your spark is diminished.
You know about it.
Just that it's missing.
The way you see Gavri's like ready to throw hands, but when he's like, I don't know, he like immediately settles.
It diminishes your spark.
Oh,
I am
great, lovely.
sorry.
Did you
They
lose
think this was a
something,
riot
Gabby?
back home. We probably should talk about that at some point, Alexon, but before this awful thing shuts down, can you at least clarify whether this power is it? And his face, like, kind of scrunches up because he's, like, torn between being angry, bewildered, and just completely out of his depth with this. Is the power part of our flesh, or is it more of a spirit thing? Where is it drawn from?
I do not know.
Oh, you're worthless is what you are. What happens then if we die? Does our power just piss off? Where does that go?
The spark cannot be extinguished, but it can be corrupted and used for other purposes. If you die, your spark lives on.
In the body, or does it just go off on a journey of its own?
Mention of corruption, Elkson just kind of backs away further from the group and just kind of plays it off as, oh yeah, she remembers she's in pain now, and just goes and sits down against the wall again.
I do not know. I am just
right.
And you notice by talking to him, this isn't a living creature. This is definitely a construct. Right. If it doesn't know...
Gabri don't know shit about that.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell his tone has not changed. In fact, when he says, I don't know, it sounds the exact same of when he said, I don't know, earlier. So it's more of like file not found.
There's still one more thing he wants to try, even though he's
of course
probably gonna get file not found. He's like, alright, so the spark can be corrupted and all that, unfortunately. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, of course, someone, like, glances at the group and, like, settles on Miyauki, who is, again, not a pile of ash, which is bewildering and surprising and good. It's like, let's say, I don't know, someone stole Miyauki's arm or something similarly morbid. Is the power split? Is there power in that arm? Or is it still, you know?
From what I know, it has to be something core. Your
that's
center.
Deeply problematic, huh? Now, does it matter if that arm was stolen before this awakening?
No.
Oh, well then.
Your spark has always been with you.
What about my parents? What about their parents? Or is it just, it's just my thing? My dads don't have anything like this, do they?
I do not know your parents.
Right, of course not.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't know my own parents.
I mean, no, I know mine. I mean, yes, Miyagi, it makes me feel so much better. Thank you.
Try to be nice.
I do appreciate it. You all look like shit. Like, should we take a rest somewhere?
Do you require sustenance?
Not from you. Gabri will, like, go sulk away into the most shadowy corner he can. Go pull out a good berry.
If
Eat
you
it.
I can summon a feast for you.
I don't want to speak for the rest of them, but I think we all earned it.
He raises his hands, and all of a sudden you see appear a very intricately carved solid oak table. It has motifs of a dragon motif. It has one massive dragon attacking a 5-headed dragon. And then all of a sudden, food starts to appear. Whatever you think of. Your favorite foods. Steamed salmon, fried mushrooms, anything, as you have a hero's feast in front of you.
I think, like,
What?
the food Gabri thinks of, his favorite food, there's just a little bowl of pears on the side of the table, and he's eyeing them like, how dare you?
They even have that little, it has some condensation on it, knowing that they're nice and cold and fresh, and you can tell that they're perfectly
Go
ripe.
grab one and march away again.
I get overexcited.
Elxon was fed a good berry to just be alive, so Elxon's not hungry at the moment and is very much not even bothering to look at the table right now.
It's funny,
curled
you're
up in a
definitely not
ball.
hungry, but as soon as you smell the food, you are hungry.
You're not hungry, but then you are.
But it is something that can be easily ignored if you'd like.
Elxon is not in the mental space for food.
So Zen, what do you
I
do?
don't think Gabri's gonna eat his pear. He's just gonna hold it and pace while he thinks about what he's learned, looking deeply troubled.
So Dun's gonna walk up to the table, and the first thing she's gonna notice is the pears, and be like, "Pears," and she's just gonna knock it off the table. And then she's gonna grab the ale that was specifically summoned for her, and she's gonna walk off back to that chamber where she couldn't make the jump before.
Okay. You step over Mia's head and chest body.
As I do that, I look down at her and I just say, "See, told you, split ends," and then I keep moving. That's still gonna
Make a
walk-
perception check.
Okay.
Elxon while she's sitting down, she feels Yosan's bag at her side and just kind of looks into it.
You see a bunch of notes. Let me pull him up. You find a book, a ledger, very well used. About 80% of it filled out. Let's see, what did he have on him? And then the bag itself is actually, you reach in and there's empty.
She's gonna take the stuff out that she notices and then just kind of turn it over and shake it to see if there's coin or something she's not saying.
Nothing pops down.
She just kind of shrugs and tosses it vaguely in Meowgi's direction and looks through the papers.
There are very disturbing necromantic rituals, and you've skimmed through one about how to take the diluted blood of Dragonborn and mix it to create more pure dragon blood. Sorry, my dog wants a little bit of loving, so I gotta give him some. Hey,
Aw.
buddy. Good boy. Yes, I see you.
So, I
Not-
assume.
It's gonna burning hands the frickin' notes and get rid of the necromancy. Just
And you feel that soft caress against your skin as you do it.
like Leandra or
Yes.
Okay.
So, perception check. What was that, Suzanne?
Oh, that was an 8.
You swear that body moved.
Oh. I stab it.
You stab it. You got the final blow.
Yay! Yay, I'm happy now.
So is Ixpit and Miyagi the only ones chowing down at this table?
Oh, yes, Ixpit is chowing down, but you see he's only eating vegetables.
Oh, you have a vegetarian demon.
Who is this imposter?
Oh, good on you, buddy. Well, the rest of you, come fucking eat. Please.
We'll see Gabri stop
Please.
his pacing mid step and kind of wobble a bit, and then
Please.
As you take your first bite,
Yes, please.
you get the benefits of a long rest.
Alex
Does that
will,
work for my first sip?
New.
Okay.
Alexon will meander over hearing Meowgy plead and just grab a random piece of food and shove it in her face and then go back and sit down.
No, please sit down. We all have to talk.
Gabby will trot over, but obviously doesn't.
There is
sit
a
because of how
chair.
awkward that'd be.
There is a chair made for a centaur. It's more of a
Oh,
bench.
disgusting.
It's more of a bench to where you can sit down and rest your legs, but it is made specifically for you.
He sees that and is like, I know this isn't a witch's feast, but it still weirds me out. And he'll finally, like, take a bite out of his pear.
It is the most sweet and perfect pear you have ever had.
He definitely, like, tugs his hood down so no one can see him, like, wipe tears of emotion out of his eye. Just turns his face away in the shadow, just like, fine, I guess.
There is some sadness with this pear too, because no other pears will ever live up to it.
Yup. I think I've made a series of terrible mistakes, culminating in this pear.
The ale, Suzanne, is perfect. Just the right bit of bitter, frothy, rich. It's a meal in and of itself. And you feel a little bit better drinking it. But you think, I might feel better if I sit down and drink.
I would feel better if I sat down at this table and drank.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking. And then you're like, I can always yell at them in a minute. I deserve a drink.
All right. I go to the table, to the far end of the table, and drag all the beers with me.
Hearing Meowgy say to sit at the table, Alexon will just kind of stop because she was already halfway to the wall. Turn back around, grab the bag, just physically hand it to Meowgy this time, and then just sit down. That was Yosan's. I don't know if it's magic or not, but there you go. I burned his shit.
I appreciate it. I got a new bag, guys. Okay, so, Expert, will you please calm down your chewing? I don't know how you can get so loud with fucking spinach. Okay, so...
Sorry about that. And you see him go and grab some utensils and starts to cut up the spinach.
Wait, did he
Oh my
just
God.
apologize?
He did.
That was in character. Alexon is like,
Yeah,
her
Gabby says nothing but is eyeing him, and then Meowgy, and then,
Even
This is
Suzanne's
Josh! I'm like, what?
even Suzanne's anger drops for a moment while she just kind of like,
Looks at the imp using a fork and a knife to cut up spinach and then very delicately eat it.
we've
didn't
seen
believe
a
there
lot
were
of shit. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I didn't believe there were no gods before, this is definite proof.
We've seen some weird shit, but this is among the most.
So y'all believe in gods now
no.
that my baby
I-
boy has manners. But I literally survived fire.
I always believed in Melora.
Well, to be fair, I mean, I'm kind of wonderful.
Obviously, you're certainly better than Avalon.
I mean, Alexon,
What?
Suzanne, and I have survived fire before.
Avalon just needs to be more present, that's all.
I like this new you.
Jury's out still.
Alexon is just staring at Ixbit and scoots a little further away.
Also, Suzanne, I don't know what you saw with those visions, but even before you seemed proper mad about something. Do you want to talk about that, or is that a for later thing?
I kind of just give you like a side eye and take a huge swig of beer.
Right, my bad.
So what's missing with you, Gavri?
Right, well, like I said, a lot of things got stolen from me from that awful group, and it might be a bit more important that we go find him, is all.
Does that have anything to do with... And then she kind of stops.
Gabby
I'll
just kind
ask
of,
you
like, tilts
later.
her head, like, literally has no idea. It's like,
I'll ask you later.
right,
But-
You said we need to purify a dragon or something? Your
I-
grandmom?
I would like to purify it.
Right, I do earnestly want to help you with that, but I'm not sure where in the timeline that's going to fall for me.
Oh.
You would...
It wasn't like we have to do this now. This was a now thing.
Right,
So
my
that-
sense of time is real fucked. Like, my apologies.
No, you are absolutely fine.
Really not, but thank you. Mention on his
You
pair.
said... So you said you would like to? Does that mean there's other options?
Yes. I'm not not privy of killing a relative.
That's a strong definition of purify, I guess.
But
Right. So our options are figure out how to purify a dragon or kill a dragon. Suzanne, can I have a beer? And she'll just kind of like look over at Suzanne, like fucking exhausted. Like, sure, she's got the effects of a long rest, but just fucking emotionally exhausted.
Give me a moment. I'm trying to think of how Suzanne would reply to your request.
It's funny when you say, "Can I have a beer?" Another mug appears in front of you.
Okay.
She just kind of grabs it and starts drinking.
That's a lot better than what my reply was going to be. So,
Like big gulps too. She's not like sipping or taking her time. Just
so, y'all flew, and I think that's pretty fucking cool.
I mean, it was deeply uncomfortable and unsettling.
I feel like they should have asked for consent first, personally speaking. But
Yeah. Gabber just sighs the word out.
I do appreciate everything you guys have done. And whatever happens next, as long as I possibly don't get swallowed by another cube, I don't feel like dying anymore. I mean, well, no one ever does.
Gabber
So
drops
kind of
his eyes
looks
to his
away.
pair, like,
yeah, like Alexen just looks away off to
Yup.
the side.
yup. You're like, well,
Listen, things haven't been good. I will admit that. Furthermore, we should try and do better. And possibly not try and kill everyone. Like, hypothetically speaking.
do elaborate?
Having a dragon on our side means we get free rides. And we'd be the cool ones with dragons. I mean, I
As
literally
soon as
saw
you-
a dragon.
As soon as you mention getting to ride a dragon, Alexen like perks up for a moment, but then like kind of quickly goes back to sulking.
Saviors of the eggs.
You're still here?
I cannot protect them all. Choose one.
Oh, you're just putting a whole lot on us today, aren't you?
Is there a blue one?
There is.
Elkson will gravitate towards the blue one.
And it starts to hatch.
Is Elkson getting another pseudo dragon?
Mm.
I don't think
No,
this
it's
is-
not a
we're not
pseudo.
getting a pseudo dragon.
It's not a pseudo
Elkson
dragon.
has been feeding her pseudo dragon from the Heroes Feast, by the way.
Crack,
What's happening?
crack, crack. Roar! A small blue dragon looks up to you and blinks its eyes.
Elkson will gingerly go to, like, cautiously go to, like, kind of like to pet it, but also like to let it sniff her first, if that's what, like, she's somewhat used to the pseudo dragon, but she doesn't know if this one's gonna behave the same way.
So, as Elkson does that, Suzen, like, instinctively just slams her fists on the table and gets up and walks out.
Suzanne,
Susan, wait.
you
This
got
is-
something
I'm
to
sorry.
say it.
Not
Then
Suzen doesn't
since
say
when
anything
have
just
you-
yet.
Zen, since when have you been one to hold your tongue?
Especially after all those beers or ale you have. Holy crap.
And Elkson will turn to Suzen, like, not even, like, it doesn't matter if Suzen is looking back at her, but she's looking very intensely at Suzen. Please, talk to us. After everything we have dealt with and everything we have been through, please, enough of the secrets and the whatever the bullshit is that we've been keeping from each other.
Gabby
If-
looks at that pair real close.
If it makes it easier, I will be the first to share. Does Susan keep, like, walking away, or?
I pause for just a moment, and I'll I'll admit I'm not fully prepared for the speech yet, but I'm just gonna say, Sha, I don't trust you. And then look at Miyagi. Either of you. And if there's no trust, what's the point? And then I walk off.
As you're walking off, Elkson will call out after you. I made a deal with the succubus.
What's that?
The demon that I freed, I made a deal with her. I will be as honest with you as it takes for you to trust me, Suzette.
So you think that, what? You won something here by confessing to what the weird shit with your eye is.
It is not a matter of winning anything. This isn't a game, Suzanne.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I was the one lying there dying. While
So
you...
was I, Suzanne! I have died so many fucking times now!
Gabby
I have
really
died
appreciates that
trying
pair.
to protect you. I have died trying to protect Miyagi. I have died multiple times because I am too weak. I understand that you are upset with us. I understand that we have made stupid choices. But every goddamn choice I have made since I've been traveling with two of you, and now you, gesturing over to Gavri, has
Such a
just
nice pair.
been to protect all of you.
Sorry, Seven. It's not a valid entry.
What's Xbit doing right now?
Xbit's just watching, going back and forth,
All right.
looking at the drama.
All right. So
Now, real quick, just some points of clarification. Suzanne, you're still in the room, correct?
Correct.
Okay. As you're walking out the room, there is an egg that catches your eye. What color is it?
Gold.
It's there. Miyagi and Gavri, there are eggs that catch your eye. You determine what color it is, and you determine if you go for it.
I
don't
not for
forget-
any particular reason, just for aesthetic. My favorite color dragon is black, so I'm gonna say it's black. But Gavri does not approach because reasons.
Okay.
Well, as Josh, I was gonna say that there are gem dragons there.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to throw that out there because I don't know if it.
Yes, there are gems there, but there is a silver one that is calling to you.
I was going for the silver one anyway.
So I'm gonna look at Elkson, who just gave that super empowered.
Can't hear you now.
Can't hear you.
The cutoff is
Why did
I'm
this
gonna look at
move?
Elkson after
Yeah.
she gave this.
So that I have the gist of this, Elkson. You, who have done nothing but give a shit about being a team and being there together, decide to go out on your own, make terrible decisions, and then think that somehow this makes everything right. That I trusted you. I give up gold for you, and I know that seems frivolous, but this is me. Alright? And it's not a matter of the fact that I don't mind sacrificing for you all. But for me to put myself on the line while Miyagi goes out there and tries to make good with dragon gods by procuring eggs instead of protecting his friend, and you're all off on vengeance missions and doing Lord knows what without conferring with anyone, how am I supposed to put my confidence in either of you? And then we have disappearing deer over here who here one moment, gone the next. And why are you always so sad? Why? You're a fey creature. You are supposed to frolic and be happy, and flowers are supposed to grow wherever you shit. And yet here you are, just constantly sad.
Gavri just nods like, you've got the right of it.
Did I mute myself on that? Okay.
That would have been terrible because that was good.
He will like trot around the table just so he's like, you know, not got a complete barrier and just be like, did I
don't
do
know. What? If you were anybody else in this world, I would have been gone by now. Do you understand that? The fact that I'm even still here goes against my very nature, goes against everything that I learned how to survive in this world.
Suzanne, I am sorry.
It's me muted.
What?
Or maybe it's just me who can't hear you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
Suzanne.
probably me.
Okay. Suzanne, I am sorry. I don't know what it was that specifically set you off, but I am sorry. I do not want to lose anyone else, and I know that's a fucking selfish reason to ask you to stay. But please, do not walk away. Please.
So Zen's gonna walk up to you. And I know it's hard to do the eye-to-eye thing because you're like 9
right?
feet tall.
Eye to belly button.
Eye to belly button, but locking eyes with you. And I'm just gonna say, because I'm gonna be honest, I told Brian prior to this, like, unless you guys gave one hell of a speech, like this was Zen's last episode, but one hell of a speech. I'm gonna say, this is it. I'm putting my trust in you. Don't fuck it up.
And Elxon will full hug Suzanne. Like,
Okay. Hey, good.
she's fucking crying. Like,
But Suzanne secretly is like really into the hug. She's happy that like we made up.
Miyagi, you got a text, by the way.
Good.
Okay.
Does it hash?
It does. Does Suzanne go for her golden egg?
Yeah.
There are
Once,
also
since we're
amethyst. There's also amethyst. Let me see what other ones. Are you set on the gold?
I'm not gonna lie, the gem dragon sounds amazing, but I feel like there's a certain irony for her just going for a gold dragon.
There is, but there's also, gems are maybe her best friend.
They are, and I really do like gems.
You
Make,
can think about it for a minute.
Each one and roll it. Which one's gonna be shiniest?
Exactly. Let me do that. How many gems are there?
I am pulling that up right now for you.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna leave it to the dice.
Do it.
You have an amethyst one,
Okay.
an emerald, one that looks kind of like an opal,
Opal.
sapphire.
Sapphire.
I'm skipping the normal metallic ones and the normal chromatic ones because you know those. And I believe that's it.
So just the 4?
Yeah, I'm just double checking here real quick. So you have, there's a crystal one.
Crystal. Okay. All right, so I'm going to roll a d6, and this will help me decide between gold, crystal, amethyst, emerald, opal, or sapphire.
Okay.
What color is opal?
Opal is like white, but it has a sheen to it.
Oh.
This one has more of a greenish blue sheen.
point of clarification, was Elkson's like a chromatic blue or a sapphire
chromatic blue. Chromatic blue. I'm saying that the opal one is definitely a unique one. It's the only one there.
Well, then I feel like I have to go with the opal because it's like the only one that's there.
It is.
All right, so yeah, show the opal one calls to Suzanne. Please don't be a bad choice.
And it hatches into a moonstone dragon.
Oh.
You're like, what? And you are the first one that hears its voice, its dragon's voice in their head. Why, hello again there, Suzanne. It is quite lovely to see you again. Oh, wait. Is this the first time we're meeting? Oh, it is. Well, it is wonderful to meet you. We have a lot of adventures ahead. And I have to tell you, that haircut has to go. You will know this in about a week or so, but you have a much cuter haircut coming. Stick with it. And your fashion sense never dies.
I hug it.
They view time as less linear than the rest.
Yes.
Just
Gabby does wanna. Oh, sorry.
Just be sure that when I say duck, you duck. Okay?
Okay.
Now feed me, please. I'm very, very hungry. I've just been born, and I'm gonna be cranky, and I don't want to have. But after you feed me, don't make sure you move me to this. Don't put me on your shoulders right away. Okay, I don't want to puke down your back again.
What do you eat?
You'll find out.
All right, so I pick him up, hold him like 2 feet in front of me, and take him to the table.
Okay. It starts to eat the spinach at first, and then it pukes it up. Gavri, you were saying?
Oh, Gabri just like, as Susan's passing with the dragon puke baby, just like quietly is like, did I do anything in particular to betray your trust, or is this just that I'm not exactly forthcoming?
You were a victim by association. I was just venting. My apologies. You actually have done nothing to betray my trust.
Understood. Like, he doesn't take it personally. He's still, like, working out some things, but, like, gives a nod.
Thank you. And I,
Alxin, your dragon claws up very roughly. We're talking like a cat with all of its claws to get on your shoulder. It looks at the pseudo dragon, and it looks like there's some conversation there, as a pseudo dragon covers half of your neck here, and the other and the blue wormling is on this half.
She'll just kind of pet them both and just, are you too hungry? What?
That's the blue dragon one. He snaps.
Oh, I was like, X-Men!
Oxen will kind of just grab a random bowl of food and hold it up and
Sniffs it. It's steamed salmon, and uses it has just a little point, like just the start of a horn off its snout, and it just knocks it out. And it jumps down on the table and starts looking around and finds a plate of raw meat. As it drags a steak to the side, you see it and little sparks, just little sparks of lightning come out. And that's when it'll eat it.
so I need to keep fresh meat around for you. Good to know. You've never really told me about your preference, pointing to the pseudo dragon.
It just takes its head and just rubs it up against your cheek.
Good, good.
Josh, your dragon is lethargic. It's very slow moving, and you think you know why. But it is alive, and it will eat, and it starts to eat some of the salmon. Gavri. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna just look over to the rest of the party, feeding their dragons, hanging out with their dragons, be like, guess you're not going to be alone ever again.
And Suzanne, your intellect, you immediately think, well, if we weren't hunted enough already, having a group of the only dragons the world has ever seen. Gavri, do you approach your egg at all?
He does not, but he's going to bring this up, and mention, like, touching as this all is, and he'll, like, look to Miyagi, who his dragon looks, as sad as he does, and is half dead.
It really does.
Like, Miyagi, why don't you take that one? It wouldn't be fair of me to try Karen for one, honestly.
You see, on one hand, I would love to, but
Why wouldn't it?
you, Gavri,
To Elkson, he'll give, like, this half-hearted shrug, like, his he's not saying something, but again, I don't know how to convey what impression this would be giving off. He's making it sound like it would be in this creature's best interest not to be, like, he's seeing all of these creatures, even if he can't hear the head voices, like, they're clearly bonding with who they're getting attached to. And for some reason, Gavri's like,
Gavri,
yeah.
you went for that one for a reason. Same as the others. Even if you don't think you need it,
Oh no.
in some capacity, it needs you. We all need you. Even Xbit.
Seems, I mean, you've all been incredibly tolerable, all things considered, and I do greatly appreciate that. The fact that you're even entertaining going on this death mission after this death cult with me is baffling, touching, but baffling.
Then will just kind of get up from her chair, go around, and like bend over to be face to face with Gavri, and just kind of try to whisper so that only Gavri hears, and just be like, "Is something wrong with your heart?"
When
you say that,
real
his
quick,
eyes like
real quick, because just to pause for a 2nd, if anybody would like to roll a perception check to hear what Elkson said, feel free. The DC is high because I would assume that Elkson, being as wise as Elkson is,
oof, that
5 fails. Miyagi, are you rolling?
Yeah, I am. I got a 16.
16. It just here is something wrong, and that's it. There's more words, but it breaks up. Gavri, please go ahead.
You can tell that he's struggling to find the words, having just been called out for something. And like in the same breath looks like defeated, but like isn't sure if this is the place or time to bring it up, and is like only spiraling deeper into this conflict of like
seeing his like internal conflict. Elkson will just kind of place her forehead on his, and again keeping it to a whisper. It will be okay, Gavri. We will help you, just like we helped Miyagi. You are not alone. And if it is your heart that's missing, we can find it.
he like half gets the look of like I'm gonna run, but like is also like these people have been good to me who need to not have a panic here. It's like, that's kind of you to say.
It is not kind, it is honest. You may not be used to it, but you should get used to it, because this is how I am.
True though that may be, I'm still not putting a child through what's about to happen. You saw what just went down here. I couldn't stop them from taking out all of you.
Would you rather it stay down here in slumber for who knows how long, trapped in itself? Is that a better fate than having a chance to live?
There's another long pause as he's like, sleep would be a blessing, but I gave that chance up a long time ago.
For you, maybe. For me, maybe too. But this child, as you called it, has not had a chance yet.
Yes, and chat gets to see my dog now.
Yay!
He thinks he's a big puppy.
Aw.
Is a big puppy.
Elkson, you feel that soft caress again, and you hear her words. That is so sad to hear about your friend. Would you like me to look into it for you?
No, like in her head, Elkson will say, please do.
Of course. I only wish to help.
So Suzanne will get up. She hasn't heard anything go down between Gavri
Right.
or Elkson.
No, and the
There's
reason
just
why...
Right, there's like something happening here.
The
Like,
Like
reason...
they're just forehead to forehead right now. Like
Yeah.
clearly having a deep conversation, but all in whispers.
The reason why you haven't heard anything is because your dragon, it says, well, you need to name me first. I already know the name, but you're going to name me it anyway, so we'll go with that. And then it's not your first pick, it's your second pick. Choose your second pick, okay? But let me tell you, let me show you this. And the dragon starts showing you, it's a male dragon. He starts showing you images of you, but your outfits. And oh my God, is it like flowing silks with the midriff exposed, but you have a long red belt that actually looks like it almost mirrors your twirling when you're using Shatterstar. They're giving you ideas for outfits.
Nice.
Oh, and you need to invest in the Bard and the Beetle shipping company out of Rukel as soon as you can. Trust me.
Writing it down.
And I will be right back because I have to take care of my dog for a second, but please continue on.
So I'm gonna get up but hold on just a moment. I'm gonna go over to Gavri because something clearly deep is happening. And I'm gonna take Gavri by the arms and I'm just gonna kind of like, not aggressively, just
Right.
affectionately. And I'm gonna press my forehead to yours and I'm gonna say, do you think I look better with a haircut?
He looks like trembling. This dude is shook. Is like pale. I mean, looks about normal, honestly. And just like unfocused eyes vaguely go towards Zen. Like, what?
Well, I had a vision where I got a cut, and apparently it's supposed to be the next best thing, but I kind of like my hair the way it is. What do you think?
I'm not exactly the person you go to about a
You know what?
haircut. Mine is sort of just.
You seem distracted at the moment, so just think about it and get back to me what you think. I was thinking bangs, but I don't know.
I think
You
you
have
could pull off bangs.
I could totally pull. Thank you, Elkson. I'm glad we're
Bangs are
friends again.
nice.
I like your bangs. I mean, the little kind of half one.
He'll like run his hand through it as if he didn't even realize they're there. Just like, oh. Right.
Anyway, I have some concealer for that kind of droopy eye thing you have going on. Well, we'll talk. I have to get back to Moonstone.
I. Like.
Meowky. This is the last time that you hear the voice, and you instantly know that. If you will not rule at my side, then you have become food for the worm. And you see an image of a skull with worms crawling out. The same image that Gavri has shown you of the cult that took something from them.
So clearly Miyagi's gonna freeze up for a second. Let that whole internal dialogue happen.
And as you free up, and the rest of you notice this, he freezes up as soon as that dialogue happens. But his dragon seems alert now, and gives the most pathetic roar possible.
Cute. Alexin, like, having her attention drawn away from Gavri for the moment. Be like, well, we've dealt with this. I feel like the next order of business should be to see what we can find out about this little cult thing that Gavri mentioned that took something from him. If we have some spark and Gavri's powers are diminished because he's missing something, I feel like we should help him.
Every time it gets brought up, like his ears just kind of like pin back, like stupid golem. Just bring that to everyone's attention.
And Alexin is standing very close to Gavri, like not physically touching him, but close. If that's okay with the two of you. Looking between Miyauki and Suzanne.
I'm like playing with the dragon, like tickling under her chin. It's like, what? Yeah, save Gavri. Good. Oh, you're so cute.
The dragon will stop and will move one hair and put it in the right place.
Oh, you are
Yeah,
so
you got a
bad.
fashion dragon.
I did. And the best part is that in your shiny luminescent eyes, I can see myself.
Accessory.
So Miyagi's going to carry his little baby. He's got two little babies now. Set it down on the table.
It's your choice of gender.
Her. Okay, so first and foremost, let's get this out of the open. Not necessarily been the nicest person to be around. I blew up a ship,
You what?
but how do I say this? How do I say this? How do I say this?
By the way, Suzanne, Miyauki still has loot he hasn't given everybody. And platinum.
Then, like, you can almost hear the Kill Bill, like, challenge music as the dragon said that. Miyagi.
Hold up, please. I have not been the nicest traveling companion. And I've certainly put you all in risk. And for that, I'm sorry.
Miyagi,
I believe I owe it to all of you, myself, and this little girl to do better. To be better. And besides, you all are great. A little bit snarky, but for a little while there, I had two voices in my head, and that fucking sucked. That's a whole thing to unpack. You want to talk about mommy and daddy issues? Whew! But whatever happens, wherever we go, we have to stop Kairos. We have to stop the cult. Or all of our work has been for nothing. What you may or may not have lost, Gabri, it would have been for nothing if we don't try and stop them. All that platinum will be for nothing. And all the sacrifices we've had to make along the way. Let's face it, we're not perfect. We all have our quirks. Some have two voices. Some adopt every little thing that comes across the way. And some of us don't know how to open up and might be scared to do it.
There's like
I
the driest pained laugh at the phrasing Miyagi uses before Gabri just like quiets down again.
I'm not here to tell you what you can and can't do. But I will say that I am here to protect you. Even if that means I gotta die along the way.
Talking about dying so
Oh,
freely.
If I die this time, I turn to a pile of ash. Before, I would turn into a worm.
You'd what?
So here's my theory, right? Here's my theory. You all are demigods, avatars of the divine.
Allegedly.
I mean, y'all did the whole floaty thing, and I thought that was incredible. Much cooler than burning.
There's magic spells that do all sorts of terrible things. Flying's one of them.
You guys have no clue what magic is out there.
Oh, of course we don't.
Oh, I didn't mean. Did that sound condescending? I just meant that your minds couldn't possibly comprehend the things that I've seen, the amazing feats that are out there. I mean,
Gabri smiles at that, like Suzanne going on.
Suzanne, you just get the portion of an equation. It's like an afterthought of when you're fully engulfed in the art. You remember a spell that would cut the top of a mountaintop and flip it over and have a floating castle. But you forget a few parts of the equation.
like you
don't
guys
know.
visibly see me trying to remember it. Like, then you.
I don't
No,
know
that's
about the amazing things that magic can do, but it can also do some fucking terrifying things.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
What?
Thinking of Yosan.
And
Yep.
Elixon will at this point remember that she has Yuasan's eye and just kind of like cautiously like take it out of her pouch and look at it.
Oh, it is a very well-crafted eye that looks like there's galaxies inside.
Can I cast detect magic on it?
Yes, there's a bunch of things that pop up. Like, Miyagi has this pile of loot by him, and a lot of it is magical.
How am I just now thinking of this? Oh,
You are
have
like
You were preoccupied with, I guess, having a conversation, sorting out feelings, which is very healthy. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore that character growth for you. At least you're growing in some capacity. But
one, you have platinum, and I'm gonna get it to you. Two, shut up. And I'm gonna go to the goal to the
right
treasure.
as the loot festival is about to begin, Gabri will just quietly be to Elks and be like, "We're going to talk about this later. It's just," and like again, real quiet, trying to be real quiet so only she can hear. Just be like,
Miyagi's defending his horde. Get back! Get back!
right? Just be like, I hoped this wouldn't come up until later, but if you know, then there's no point in keeping it from the others, just not right now.
I understand. I'm a huggy person, and there are some things you notice when you hug someone, like the speed of their heartbeat.
Gabby like instinctively like checks his wrist and is like, huh. And then like checks his side and is like, very good. But like you notice he doesn't check where his top heart would be, he checks his side, like the deer half, and it's just like, good. Before trotting over to see all the weird, interesting items that are being like fought over here.
Yeah. So Ixpit and Miyagi, they're like, get back! You're gonna get it. Just hold on.
Fireballs.
So, shall we go through it?
Yes, by all means.
For the platinum pieces, this is including the platinum that was thrown at Cezanne. There's a total of 252. Now, there is a wand there that at the base has a pearl.
Got it.
Miyagi, why don't you say the rest of the items that were taken?
So I don't know them exactly, but I know there's some sort of trend. I don't know why I'm speaking as Miyagi. Fuck it. I'm continuing on. There's some sort of transmutation amulet. There's a ring of protection. There's some gemstones, which I personally think, just me saying, would look lovely if we got Ixpit a little coat.
I agree. You can't get bitches without the bling.
And he's back. Ladies and gentlemen, he is back.
Short-lived Trail of Redemption.
Oh, sorry, that was the old Xpit, sorry.
Is
But
not
he's
even
not
bothered.
Adams cannot be got without ye swag.
It's not wrong, though.
So
See?
Elxon is just sitting, not even bothering with the loot, just trying to take care of the blue dragon.
So there's some elven boots. There's a cloak of mantabark or something. Mantalock, manta ray. I don't know magic.
It is a red robe that smells, or red cloaks that smell slightly of brimstone.
Got it.
He'll like mention like, that's the shit she teleported away with.
So, can we say that Cezanne casts Identify?
Let me see if I have that spell. If so, then yes. Give me just a sec. Yes, I have it, but I have to do it as a ritual. So we took 10 minutes.
Okay, there is an amulet of health.
Ooh.
That makes your Constitution score 19. There is the Cape of the Montebank. Montebank.
Can you spell that for me?
Mountebank.
Okay.
When you disappear, you leave behind a cloud of smoke. And then you basically get Nightcrawler's powers. Once per day. Dimension Door.
And you don't need to attune to it.
You do not.
Got it.
There are... Pull this up.
Be right back, guys. Give me 1 second.
Boots of Elven Kind. A Ring of Protection +1. Do you have them identify the eye?
I personally would. Miyagi would be. But
I mean,
it's all
Elxon's
up
not
on-
going to hand it. Elxon's not going to hand it over. That's basically her trophy at this point. But
You would have to hand it. You would have to hand it over for them to identify it.
after all that speech, she would probably briefly hand it to Zen, and as soon as the spell was done, just kind of take it back.
Okay. Then what I am going to do... All right. Zen.
Yes.
Alxin hands you this eye for you to identify.
Okay.
It is the eye of the plains runner. This sphere of shifting scenes depict landscapes of the plane last visited. An iridescent lattice borders the eye, developing in complexity the more it sees of the planes of existence. To attune to the eye, it must be placed in an empty eye socket. It grants the vision of a normal eye for that race. As an action, you can channel the eye's planar energy to cast one of the following spells. If a saving throw is required, its DC is 15. Blink, Banishment, Contact Other Plane. After the spell is cast, roll a d6. If the result is equal to or lower than the level of the spell cast, the eye's energy floods into your brain and you take psychic damage equal to twice the number rolled. And the eye cannot be used to cast any spell again until you finish a long rest. It is not in D&D Beyond. I would have to build it.
Interesting.
And I identify that Elkson took it back as soon as you were done with the identifying, by the way.
Interesting.
There is the Alamari Greatsword that Mia was using. This exceptionally well-crafted steel blade bears 4 runes at the end of its length. It has 8 charges and regains 1d4 plus 4 expended charges if it spends 8 hours in the embers of a fire. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 charge to ignite the blade for 1 hour, or until you sheath the blade. Flames erupt along the sword's length. It sheds a bright light for 40 feet, dim light for additional 40, and it deals an additional 2d10 fire damage on a hit. You can expend 2 charges to cast the heat metal spell at 5th level, DC 17. And then there is the armor. This is the Gluttonous Demon Bane armor. It's hewn from the deformed skull of a demon. It has 5 charges, and all expended charges are recharged at dawn. When you take fire, cold, lightning, or poison damage, you can use a reaction to say the command word and expend 1 charge. The mouth opens up, consuming some of the incoming energy. You gain resistance to that type of damage. And the eyes, one of the eyes will light up with the stored energy. It has 3 eye holes, basically. When you hit a creature with melee weapon attack, you can utter the second command word, and you deal 1d10 of that type of damage. While attuned to this item, whenever you roll hit dice to recover hit points on a short rest, you recover 3 additional hit points per die rolled, up to a maximum of 15. You require twice as much food to sustain you each day.
That's 2 good berries.
And
What a
it
terrible cost.
will give you a task, and if you are unable to complete the task, it will start gnawing on your soul.
Num nums to the soul.
Do you share what all of these do
Yeah.
so far? Right, well, if it's all fair game, I'll take the boots.
I want the boots.
Hold up. First and foremost, I think, me personally speaking, we should know what
That's probably
these
more from
do.
Miyagi.
We should know what these do
Roll saving throw.
before we wear or put on anything.
Mm-hmm. My saving throw is a wisdom 17. Great use of a level 4 spell slot.
What else are they for, really?
Did you roll Miyagi?
Oh,
What is that, con?
it's
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
oh,
wisdom.
shit. It's being slow.
I'm
7.
waiting for like 7 wisdom rolls to pop
7?
up.
7.
Oof.
You're a cat.
Oh wow, he's got 4 legs just like me.
There's
I'm
also-
relatable now.
There's also one other cloak there.
Oh.
It is green in color. It is Nature's Mantle. That is in D&D Beyond.
Did
Is it
Miyagi
any-
get to identify, or did Suzen identify that
Yes.
for
Yeah.
us?
Isn't nature's mantle wherever you relieve yourself?
The wand is a wand of Identify.
Oh, nice.
Meow.
What do the boots of Elvenkind do?
Meow. Meow.
Nothing I can do for you there.
Meow. Nope, it's just gonna get annoying.
The boots of Elvenkind. You have advantage on stealth checks.
Oh.
Meow.
Elkson will saunter over, pick Miyagi up. Do you want me to throw you so you can turn back?
Meow.
I got it. I got it. X-Bit will come up. And its tail is... It's just moving back and forth. And the tail reaches back and goes to strike Miyagi.
It hits. Miyagi's a cat! He can't!
It hits. You take a total of...
Oh my god.
Well, first off, let's see how many hit points you have. You have 2 hit points. You take a total of 1 hit point.
Meow.
So
Oh, I'm sorry.
I kind of like flick him in the nose, like just enough to try and.
You have Miyagi in your lap now.
This is becoming a reoccurring thing. As Elkson will just put down Miyagi.
Miyagi in your lap is a reoccurring thing?
This is the second time in the same day, I'm pretty sure, that I ended up holding him after a polymorph.
Fair enough.
Ever like pick the cloak up and like be looking at it like, wait a sec, you said you had a demon too, Elkson? Does it have a name? Should we be meeting this one as well? Is it
Her name is Leandra. She's not as interactive as Expect. She's more so been helping me.
She's a queen.
What?
Oh, she's a queen. I know her.
that word
I
in
know that's what
particular
Elkson
catches
is.
Gabry's interest? Like, well,
Wait,
that's trouble.
Wait, Miyagi, what?
Oh, okay, so she's a queen, right?
Oh, yes.
Elkson's a queen. Clearly.
Oh, no. Elkson's not it. No.
Shut
Elkson's mountain
Shut
folk.
the fuck up!
She's like a queen, or like a queen.
She used to wield terrible power until it was stripped of her.
Oh, a fallen queen.
So Suzen does this, and you just see Miyagi leaning on the side, just, reminiscing about Counterspell.
She used to be ride dragons and everything when they were still around. She's quite old, I know that much. I don't know anything of her being a queen, but she has been helping me learn things and understand things better, and is willing to help us find out some more, and kind of looks over to Gavri.
See, X-Bit
He'll, like,
goes...
tilt his head.
X-Bit
squint
tilts
it,
his
like,
head a little bit and grimaces and then goes back to normal.
They want to know when you're going to do the squats.
Yeah,
Oh.
Chad is asking about the squats that were
Oh.
redeemed.
Squats. Lovely. Well, I also redeemed the DM has advantage, so...
Yeah, I saw that. You're not allowed to redeem stuff on your own stream.
Fuck yes, I can. It says it right there. I can. Don't you dare do squats.
Do it. Chaos rules.
Yes, you gotta wait till the break for this squats, which will be here shortly, actually.
So,
At that, like, Gavri's also gonna realize, like, wait, those people who were trying to kill you, Miyagi, they don't know everything's good here. That you got rid of whatever voices were happening there. Maybe they'll just find us and we can be like, we're good, tell us about that cult you know a bunch about.
oh, the Cult of Cyrus.
Yeah, those fuckers.
Do you think that could have been the worm that I mistook for a fucking dragon in the beginning? Like when we first met and when I found this, and I'm gonna pull up my spellbook.
Gavri, having not been there,
I
just
don't know
shrugs,
why I thought it was a fucking dragon. It makes total sense now that it's a giant worm, right? They called it the worm. Also, let me just get this out here. Sorry to cut you off, dearie. Do not ever turn me into a worm again, please and thank you. I am fine with the cat. But having Grandpappy in my ear telling me to squirm, I did not like it. I already have daddy issues. I don't need some more. I'm sorry, I had to get
that does get a dry laugh out of Gavri and they just hold aside.
You okay, Brian?
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna knock out the squats now.
Like, Elxon had tensed up when being asked about Leandra, but is like kind of relaxes a bit when the attention is drawn off of it.
Miyagi's still laid on the floor at this point. He's gonna look up to Elxon. I don't mean to burst any bubbles, but whatever situation you had going on, that's fine. I'm literally bonded with an imp. That man may not still be
An imp
crazy.
lord. Thank you very much.
Oh,
You're a lord now. Oh,
Lord Exped at your service.
I don't know the proper etiquette for this.
You may kiss my pinky ring.
I'd rather not.
Well, me too. Getting a kiss from half a fawn is not really...
Gavri, like, cracks his knuckles, like, I'm gonna let that slide just this once.
Good, you're angry. You're gonna need that.
For what?
Well, you're going up against a cult, I'm assuming.
Are we staying here? We still are. Is there a better way to get back across the water? That was terrible.
If I may suggest, since Leandra has offered her assistance in learning more of this, and we don't currently have any leads of where to go other than hoping that the Miyaugi's hunters happen upon us, maybe we could have a bit of a break. And she'll, like, pull out the tickets for the carnival that she kept.
Oh, yay! This is it! You hear Suzanne in your head.
Oh.
This is when you go to the carnival. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So we're going to a carnival.
You are gonna have a wonderful time, and guess what? One of you can be the monarch.
Is it me?
I can't ruin this surprise.
It's totally me. Let's go to the carnival.
Just make sure you're nice to the displacer beast.
Oh. Okay.
Quick
Gabri sort of
question.
grimaces at like the sorry, go ahead.
Mia's gonna stand up. If we are going to a carnival, will we need to get mini tickets for our friends?
I don't imagine we would. I mean,
But just think of them. Like, we have Lord Ixbit, we have Princess Elkson,
I'm not.
we have
She's
the
mountain folk.
almighty and almighty and all-knowing Sazin, and we have our beautiful and wonderful friend Gavri, which I'm actually pronouncing this time.
He looks appreciative, but like this whole thing is just shenanigans to him.
Oh, and at this time as well, Suzanne, your dragon is not stopped. And your dragon is kind of like moving its head back and forth, shaking its tail. It's kind of doing a little jig. It's happy.
They're adorable. Did you guys see? I named him Blanc. It was the second choice.
They're
Blanc.
very energetic. Wonder what that's like.
Is that a crack on my dragon, Gabri?
No, it's really
Good.
not. I'm not sure a break is exactly what I had in mind, but since we did lose, and he'll look up to Alexon, how many weeks did you say?
It was. I think it was 6, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like just faint at the sound of it. It's just like, right, so whatever leads I did have going into that awful city about this cult are gone. So I suppose I might be able to ask around. Maybe someone's heard something.
I mean, a magical carnival would probably be a good place to gather information.
Again, like, he forces a smile like, might be.
If we are actually going to this carnival, can we get matching outfits for all of us and our dragons?
Say that again.
Can we get matching outfits for us and our dragons? We would be top tier, and especially Sazin.
I know. I
Oh.
do need something to go with my new boots
Like-
of elven kind.
Like, you want us to match each other, or each of us matches our dragons?
I mean, we all show up wearing the same thing. Dragons and Ixbit, they all have the little outfits that matches us. So we all come in as a collective group. They all know that we're here together. And we steal the show. Clearly, we have me after all.
Matching outfits is a bit much considering half the time we need to be undercover or in stealth. Maybe a symbol on our outfits or something?
Gary's putting his new cloak on. Like, actually, we'd have to, like, take his old one off, which is, like, the first time I think he's had hood down and just, like, has to, like, re-tie the clover pin in his hair as he's, like, getting it all set up. I was like,
Elkson very much resists the urge to pet the floof.
Did
Right,
you
it is
always have
like-
horns?
antlers.
Sensitive, first off, but I appreciate you asking. And secondly, going back to the matching outfits, I think we would steal the show.
Miyagi, don't
Isn't-
take this the wrong way, but 99% of my outfits show off my incredible six-pack. And, seem
Elkson just
kind
kind of
of
looks down at her
flabby.
body.
Enough makeup, and I will be just as dashing as you.
We can open a portal for you. if
Have you been here this whole
you
time?
wish. But power
At least it's good for
reserves
something.
are diminishing.
The carnival?
Uxin is going to go over to her blue dragon and like offer her hand so it can like climb
Jumps.
back up if it wants to.
Jumps. As you see this massive iron golem, its chest starts to crack and it expands and opens, and you see the swirling blue mess of a portal. But it starts to flicker.
Oh god.
I run and jump in, Superman style.
Uxin grabs Olusia and goes
Oh,
through
yeah.
the portal after Suzanne.
I have Bronk with me, so we could.
Oh, he's already on you, so.
Okay, good.
This is where you get to fly a dragon. You get to take a flight.
My dragon's awesome.
Suzanne and then Elxin, and yes, I've named my dragon Olusia because that is another word for storm.
Oh, love it.
And who else is remaining? It's flickering faster.
Since nobody decided on everything, there was a couple items. Miyagi's gonna be like, all right, this is mine. This
Well,
is
like,
mine.
did
is
Suzanne
mine.
take the boots?
I took the boots and I took the gemstones.
Okay. And did anybody take the necklace? Because I
There's a necklace?
mean,
Yes,
Yeah,
amulet.
yeah. I would have suggested
Oh.
that go to Elkson because, like, having that extra health might boost.
Yeah, you
her.
guys can do the whole loot thing before. You're not going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be penalized for doing loot while this portal's flickering.
Boots of
I mean,
Elric.
Okay.
wouldn't have gone for it, but if it was handed to her, she'd accept it.
Same with the ring to one of her squishiers.
Oh, the ring should go to Miyagi, most definitely.
Yeah.
What? We can discuss this.
Right.
So, seeing that the portal's flickering,
Seeing that's flickering, Gavri is gonna grab the egg because he assumes one of y'all was gonna grab that stupid thing. It's like can't leave it here because that's infinitely worse. I thought someone was gonna take it.
As you grab it, it hatches.
Well, shit.
And it looks at you, and you can already see some of the spittle coming down off of it, lands on the ground, and it burns in acid, and you feel, because of what you're missing, that pain, that burning inside that you feel all the time, is probably what drove you to an acid-breathing dragon.
Alright, what's your name? As I'm like darting for the portal.
It doesn't speak yet. The only one that speaks right now is Suzanne's because it doesn't view time as linear.
And that's totally fine. Gavri has no idea any of them speak. It just seemed he's always asked, even Ixbit, like, has just treated these things as like, a thing, a sentient thing. Just expects it to.
so Miyagi would probably go last, but here's why. Seeing that Gavri went to go grab the dragon, he's gonna be like, okay, Sylvie, I've got something for you. He's gonna take off his clothes, make like a little pouch, like a cat pouch.
Bjorn. It's a baby Bjorn. That's what you're making.
Yep. Like, all right, let's go.
I need you to roll a saving throw because you're the last one through
All right.
to see where you end up.
Which one?
Intelligence.
Not bad.
We all thought Miyagi was gonna die from the
That's
trial.
bad.
Now he dies from
That's
going
bad.
into a lava
That's
pit.
a natural one.
Oh, damn.
Oh, please don't kill my dragon. Please don't kill
What a
Sylvie.
good start.
As you guys pop out of the portal, Gavri, all of a sudden you feel a large pressure and weight as Miyagi falls face first into your rump.
Oh god.
Mm.
Is
He bounced
Are we,
off. He bounced off. Okay, I'm not going to do
Okay.
that. I'm not going to do that.
First off, my apologies. Second off, gross. We don't speak of that. Ever.
What?
As everybody else sees it.
No, you all didn't see that. Exhibit.
I cast minor illusion and have it just play over and over.
You're better than this. Better.
with sound effects. Zoink!
Bow.
Elton, for the first time in a while, just full on the laughs, like is holding her side, it's cracking up at this.
Gabri also does. It's a little more unpleasant, but like is also like, I told you not to make me laugh. It hurts.
I'm glad I could be some entertainment. Completely taking this to himself, he's like, I get it. I did that on purpose. You see, me and Sylvia fine. I appreciate your concern.
You have falling for people, don't you, Miyagi?
Some people.
The day.
Twice today you've ended in my arms, and now gestures to the illusion.
Speaking of day, it is a nice, clear, beautiful day out. And then all of a sudden there's a dark circle in the sky that gets larger. Starts off as black, but as it expands, the center turns more purplish and you see stars beyond. And then something flying out of it. And then a third thing. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. As they get closer, you see a horse pulling a wagon. Beautiful, like bright red wagon with teal doors. But what's odd is that on the wagon are a pair of butterfly wings. On the horse, a pair of butterfly wings. Then you see other horses pulling these carts. And even foxes, with all of them with butterfly wings, flying out of the portal. The Witchlight Carnival has visited the material plane again. And on that note, we will take a break.
Yay!
So, I hope you all are enjoying the story so far. Please keep in mind that the Witchlight Carnival in this world is going to be slightly different than the adventure, so
Yee.
Don't roast me.
Adventure.
So we are going to take a little bit of an extended break this time because I do have to take care of a few things, but stay with us and we will get going and see who is getting hunted now.
Hooray! Life is pain.
See y'all soon. And we are back. We're just doing a little bit of housekeeping on some of the items while I look over some things. But please
Elkson
continue.
has health now.
Oh. We have not attuned to these yet, right?
No.
Mine don't require attunement.
Mine
Your
does.
booties do.
They do not.
The boots don't?
They do not.
Dang.
I am fashion forward and ready to go.
Dang.
How do
dog.
these boots look in your mind, Joey?
Oh, they're definitely thigh high. with the gold trim and the lace front. That stylish shade of muted kind of brown black. Suede.
Is the wand of identify in D&D Beyond?
Yes.
Alrighty. And the ring of protection +1
Mhm.
is as well? Gotcha. Yeah,
Sorry, it's a +1 ring of protection?
Yeah.
Well then.
Well.
Well, excuse me.
Well.
Well, let me ask you this. Would it suit Gavri better? Because I'll be honest, the only thing Miyagi really wanted: scrolls, spellbook, and the wand.
Yo,
So
if you don't have a
because-
use,
because-
a +1 ring of protection, like
what's your AC? And
right
especially
now
with you,
it's 17.
okay, with you being a frontline fighter, I think that's going to suit you better because as a reaction, I can do shield.
Since is 14.
Mhm.
Elkson is very easy to hit.
But you also have multiple hit bars if you wild shape.
Yep.
And you go
I was gonna
super
say,
hit points
but-
now.
Yep, but Elkson can take the hits now.
If nobody else super wanted it, I will definitely give that ring a home.
I think it would suit you better because you're going to be. Because let's face it, Miyagi's a coward. He'll be like, no.
How about like we try it, and if somebody else looks like they could use AC more based on how like future combats go, maybe we can shuffle it.
Okay. How much were the gems worth?
The gems,
1,000 gold.
you don't really know because, well, 2 of the gems actually shined with detect magic as well.
Oh.
Oh, did I forget to mention that?
Yeah,
You
sure.
did.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned that.
No.
You did miss the
We
chin.
have the VOD. Play it back.
Bro, I just wrote gems. If you're sitting here telling they're magic, you didn't say that.
I did technically say before that I took the gem, so
Yep.
dibs.
That was said. Them being magical was not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 of the gems are actually ion stones.
I don't know what that
Whoa.
means.
Excuse me.
It sounds good, but I don't know what it means either.
I don't know
Casper's
what that
getting
means.
spoiled.
Googling
Holy shit.
ion stone.
all I'm saying, you little soft boy, almost burned, almost died.
Miyagi really wants that stone.
I want one of them, depending on what they are, because I got piss poor.
Not in D&D Beyond.
Yes, they are.
How do you spell ion?
It's iron.
IOUN.
I-O-U-N?
Ioun?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Ioun.
doing wrong.
Like the goddess Ioun.
Yes.
Mhm.
Y'all are coming at me way too hot right now, okay? That is not what y'all said. You didn't
No,
say
I
Ioun,
was
you said
clarifying.
ion.
Okay. No, I was with you. I was with you, Joey. I was like, wait, Ion or Ioun?
Let's see. When you use the stone, it's tossed in the air, the stone orbits your head. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these.
You don't know which ones you have, though.
That's okay. Any one of them are nice.
There's a tiny golden gem.
Okay. Is that a clue?
Mm-hmm.
Golden gem.
And there's a burnished brass stone.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, we gotta figure those out. Gabri has no care, but me out of character is like, items?
One is natural knowledge and one is religious knowledge. As Joey is reading them and like, oh.
Yep, going through. Hold on. Violet.
I mean, being a druid, I feel like the natural knowledge would be kind of wasted. On Elkson.
Y'all can continue role playing. I'm still reading.
Susan's not going to want either of those, so.
So,
what either of them do, so I don't know if they would be useful to a druid or not, or if they would be useful to a ranger or a sorcerer or what.
Okay. Natural knowledge. You gain proficiency in the nature skill, or a +1 bonus to checks with that skill if already proficient, while burnished brassy stone orbits your head. And then the golden one, you gain a proficiency religion skill +1 bonus. But these stones, even of themselves, are fantastic. Yeah, I'll probably sell them.
So, as you guys look, let's go ahead and read this text. The traveling extravaganza known as the Witchlight Carnival visits your world once but every 8 years. You all have a dim memory of sneaking into the carnival as a child without paying for a ticket. Except for Gavri. Gavri, you know, have never been to the carnival.
Even Elkson, who never left the mountains?
Yep. That memory has grown foggy over time, though it still conjures a weird admixture of emotions, wonder and awe mixed with loss and regret. During this childhood visit, your character lost something. You try to find it, but the carnival owners, a pair of elves named Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, were decidedly unhelpful. "Silly little screeching cricket," said Witch. "You forgot to buy a ticket." "The carnival goes round and round," said Light. "The multiverse is our playground. Nothing's free and nothing's lost. Every visit has its cost." As time passed, your heart became less heavy. You gave less and less thought to those childhood events. Now, for reasons you can't explain, the longing to retrieve what you have lost has resurfaced, as though an old spell has faded away, allowing you to feel the loss as sharply as it happened yesterday. The Witchlight Carnival has returned, and you find yourself standing near a ticket booth by the entrance at twilight. Just as the carnival is about to open, there you meet others looking as troubled as you. Without knowing how or why, you sense that each of them has lost something as well. Perhaps fate has brought you together, and that's your party.
Gabri just be looking like same shit, different day.
Elkson is perturbed, but just kind of shakes it off and goes to bring the tickets to the ticket booth.
As you approach the ticket booth, you see an elderly goblin who holds a spyglass and a horn that he sticks in his ear. And let me bring that up. The first stars of night twinkle above the apricot sunset. Giant dragonflies whirl overhead, trailing streamers, and a low mist curls over the ground. Through a floral archway, you glimpse wondrous and vibrant creatures. Elf stilt walkers, dancing fairies, and painted performers. Everywhere there's laughter, pixie dust, bubbles, and a wistful tune of whistling. As you go up to the ticket booth, a silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted on the roof of this ticket booth and surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is directed with an animated depiction of the night sky, with shooting stars arching across it. The elderly goblin perches from behind the counter, peering at you quizzically through a spyglass. He lowers the spyglass and calls out, "Greetings, fair fairgoers. Do you have your tickets ready?"
Yes, I have ours right here.
Outstanding.
Have I been here before? As she hands it to him.
Mayhaps. We have been all over the multiverse. We are a premium destination, don't you know?
So strange. I don't remember ever leaving my clan, but now suddenly I remember this place.
Well, we are from the Feywild, and we have a little bit of the ookily bookily going on, so that could easily be it. Maybe the bubbles got in your head. Who knows? Now,
Yeah,
with
real non be like, yeah, it's just proper Fae bullshittery. I wouldn't pay too much mind to it.
now, here are your complimentary wings, as he passes out butterfly wings for you to wear.
Alex immediately puts them on.
Describe your wings.
Turn.
How do they look?
Elkson's are definitely blue with like bits of like sparkly like silver and white details going through them.
Now we have a celebration every night at the end of the night. Before we close down, we crown the Witchlight Carnival Monarch. Who would like to try for the Monarch?
I would.
Alrighty then. Those of you who wish to try, you must roll a d8.
I mean, it could be fun for all of us, and she'll like.
Absolutely, it is the point of the carnival. Have fun.
Suzanne shoots you the nastiest look ever.
What benefits do we have for being crowned monarch?
You will be given the utmost respect of all.
Mm-hmm.
That could be helpful for what you want to find here.
5.
I got an 8.
You, my good gnome, must carry this pumpkin as though it was a precious egg
Oh.
for your entirety here. That is the test of the monarch. A 2.
Jeffrey does like have to like duck away. Is like it is very funny to him.
You
He
see,
doesn't want to laugh.
you see the goblin move his hands around, and then appears a crown of flowers. You must wear this crown of flowers and water it every hour without taking it off.
Ow.
Like Elkson is getting more and more excited. Like between the giant dragonflies and now the wings and then the flower crown, Elkson is beyond excited. She's like a kid at a carnival. Like,
What did Miyagi get?
8.
You must declare your love for unicorns at every opportunity.
Every opportunity.
Every opportunity.
Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
And you, my good fawn,
Why not?
Roll a d8.
An 8? Okay. Well, that's nope, not 2. Oh god, everything's...
Yeah, re-roll 2,
Okay.
5, and 8.
Literally.
Okay, that was an 8. Re-rolling. 4. Like the
course.
number of leggies I have.
Re-roll that one. That doesn't fit you at all.
Can you meta tell me what it is just for
Sure,
legal?
you can't talk about your favorite subject. You just don't talk, period, anyway.
Look, just because I'd have it easy.
Actually, I know which one to give you.
I got a
That
4
means that-
again.
Okay,
That
I know
means,
exactly. I know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be. All right, which one is it gonna? You must perform a short dance whenever you hear someone say your name.
Don't you ever say my name.
Oh,
Any of
Gabri!
you.
But Gabri,
You do realize that's physically agonizing for me, as funny as it will be. He'll lift up a leggy, give it a wiggle, and put it down.
Like, Elxon is just giving Gabri the biggest puppy dog eyes. Like,
I'm really not cracking a joke here. I used to be quite good at dancing, thank you.
things we learned
would
about
it help if I danced with you?
Gabri.
No! Lifts up another leggy, gives it a wiggle.
Wow! Please enter and enjoy.
How big is this pumpkin that I have to carry for the whole carnival?
It's a small pumpkin for a human. So I would say it's about half the size of a fully grown watermelon for you. As you enter, all of you are just beset with the colors and the motions, but one tent pulls you in before you all even know it. And it's odd because the tent is around a tree. And as you part the tent, the tree itself has a door in the semblance of a star. And you all walk in. As you walk in, you notice the sign on the door. Fortune's Favor. And if you go to Foundry,
Right, I see a loading thing.
you will see Fortune's Favor. As soon as I put your characters on the actual map.
Right, ooh, something big's loading. Everyone's cursors are moving like slow-mo for me.
Well, it
Yep.
is an animated scene.
Oh!
I'm still just trying to find that fucking wand.
Well then, as you see a familiar face behind the table.
There she is.
Hi, suspicious lady.
See
Welcome!
you again, Danielle.
It is good to see you. I see that you have taken my advice and have come to the carnival for a break. Well
Right,
then,
yes, that's exactly why I'm here.
welcome to my humble shop. What can I do for you?
What's your price for information on the, and I'm so sorry, out of character me has forgotten the name of them already. It's like the Cult of Kairos, is that right?
Kairos.
Kairos? Okay, I'm
Ah.
putting the phonetic in my notes for the future.
Well, I do not know. I do not know much of the goings on this material plane. What I can do is tell you your fortune.
Gabri?
Elxon is taking her water skin and watering her flower crown.
Gabri
Noted.
tries not to look that pleased because he got information for free and he doesn't gotta pay jack for that. It's Fey rules, baby!
How much for my fortune?
Well, what are you offering?
Do be careful with the price. They're a bit weighty sometimes here.
I have this ion stone.
I am interested more in the abstract. How about your laughter?
I'm gonna say no.
I am just jesting.
She's really not.
Well, I see that you have come into some coin recently. How about 2 platinum and I tell you what secrets I can unleash?
I put 2 platinum down and slide it to
We
her.
want. I don't know that we want any secrets unleashed. Okay.
Alrighty then. Let's see. I need you to first sit down here, dearie. As she brushes off a place next to a table, and let me see your hands. She holds out her hands.
Oxen is very much going to hover over Suzen.
So I can give you one hand at a time, but I have to hold this pumpkin.
Susan.
You can put it.
To have a
And
chat
we
with
are
his.
back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties because, well, they happen. So let's get back to the foundry. So, do you place your hands in hers?
Yes, so is Blanc telling me anything right now?
Nothing.
Okay. So yeah, I have to put the pumpkin awkwardly on my forearms and then I give her my hands.
And for the rest of you, it just looks like she's holding her hands. You, Susan, though, her fingers wrap around, and it's like her fingers are actually much longer than what they are, and much bonier, and her touch is almost abrasive. It's smooth, but it's also like sandpaper at the same time. It is... Think of the most elderly and disgusting relative holding your hand and magnify that. You can almost smell stagnant water. It's like in your mouth, in your glands. Well, I see great things. Great things in your future. And a great failure. You're not as powerful as you think you are. And you know that. And it scares you.
Is that all I get for 2 platinum?
Silence. As she squeezes your hands a little, and she's strong. Like like your bones start to hurt. You can almost hear them crack. And again, everybody else, you don't even hear anything. You don't see anything. She's just holding her hands. The old one dies soon. Because of your inaction, silver will tarnish. Then she lets go of your hands. I think that was money well spent. So, I also, besides your fortunes, I do have a little bits and bobs that are for sale.
I was actually kind of interested in a fortune as well.
Of course, 2 platinum, my dear.
Well, I don't have that though.
Oh, so then, since you have so much money, would you be a dear to pay for our little fun here?
I'm not gonna ask for
Out of
that.
game, real quick. Did you guys separate the platinum?
I don't
I
think
didn't
we
take any.
did
I know. I gave Susan all the platinum.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
like I remember
250.
him saying that. So
Yeah.
You should have 63 platinum apiece.
We should, but I have 252 pieces of platinum.
250 now.
yeah, because
I'm gonna walk up to Elkson and just be like, Elkson, that was a terrible experience. Are you sure you want to do this?
yeah.
But I'm gonna give you the
But
2
again,
platinum.
you don't have to. Thank you.
Elkson, the same sensation when she grabs your hands. It is discomforting. Oh, you have a fire burning in you, Ice Dragon.
I am scared of that fire.
Your indecision will doom them all. It's time to shit or get off the pot, my dear.
Decision about what, though?
I have nothing more to say.
As Elkson like finishes the little thing and walks away, she doesn't say anything, but is very clearly perturbed once again.
Right.
Susan,
Yes.
could you pay for mine?
I will, Miyagi, but I have to warn you, these are terrible. I think she's a misfortune teller.
Well then, you will not be getting any of my healing potions.
Don't
Fine.
mind her. She's a little bit stubby, you know.
You know, you're quite lucky that you only have to carry the pumpkin. You could have had to compliment everyone you met.
Right, I would care not to insult your hosts, your Fae hosts. It's a bit touchy around here.
Oh, wouldn't you know that, Gavri?
Oh, I would.
I hand Miyagi
As she
the
looks at
secret.
Gavri and waits for the dance.
Oh. Lisa Pelegi does a little dance.
So, Miyagi, you get your fortune read?
Yes, I hand her my handsome. Please surprise me.
Blood is the key. And blood will stab you in the back. The shadows move. And they hurt. But not as bad as the blood.
Just because you're born with something doesn't make you something. I learned that quite literally the other
I
day.
am just a conduit to your futures. That's all.
I appreciate you so much.
Now, would you all like to purchase anything?
Elkson
Does
is standing
anything-
in the corner with an internal dialogue.
I have many different potions of healing. I have this potion that will let you detect other people's thoughts.
How much for the potion to detect other people's thoughts?
Oh, this one will be... Hold on, I have to change the sheet to a loot NPC sheet. Because I put all the prices in there. This potion will be 125 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
You enjoy it. I have this candle that will... Let's see. Well, this candle cannot be extinguished by wind. It can only be extinguished by the direct touch of a creature. Or by dispelling the magic, of course. I have this ring that allows you to survive better.
Out of character question. Survive better, like higher constitution?
Saving throws.
Or like survival.
I have this, and she pulls out this warhammer that it's just a metal rod, but at the end of it is marshmallows. Like a giant marshmallow. This is quite an interesting weapon. I have this ceremonial mask that will allow you to see things as they truly are once a day.
Some kind of peeks over at the mention of the mask. How much do these items cost?
Well, the ring of itself costs 2,600 gold pieces, simply because you can have the ring actually blow up and cause a lot of damage. It would destroy the ring, though.
And what of the mask?
The mask is 400 gold pieces.
Tell me more about that ridiculous looking hammer.
Alrighty. It is 1,500 gold pieces. With a shaft of marshmallows root and a light and fluffy mallow on its tip, this sticky weapon is the toast of the puff blacksmith's creations. You have a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magical weapon. When you roll a 20 on an attack roll, natural 20, the target is covered in sticky marshmallow and is restrained, if it is large or smaller. A creature restrained in this way can use its action to make a DC 15 strength check, freeing itself on a success. When you speak the command word, s'mores, while holding the weapon, the marshmallow bursts aflame, dealing an additional 1d4 fire damage to any target it hits, also shedding bright light in 20 feet and dim light for an additional 20. The flame lasts until you speak the command word again or until you drop or stow the weapon.
It's a silly thing, but I haven't anything to pay for that kind of thing.
The ring, as an action, you can cause the ring to detonate. Each creature within 20 feet of you must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 10d6 fire damage and 10d6 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much as on a successful save. That's why it's 2,600 gold pieces.
Caffrey.
Is there anything outside of money you'd be willing to trade?
Oh, absolutely. I trade in all of the
Careful
abstracts. It could be your smile, the twinkle in your eye, anything you'd like to part with.
Gavri, sorry to say your name. Are you interested
There's
in
leggies. Wiggle the leggies for a little dance.
Are you interested in that? Warhammer?
Look, I already owe you for the hammer I have. This one served me quite well.
Hearing that, I'm just gonna turn.
Don't buy it. I don't want it. He'll leave.
Okay. Hearing the footsteps go off. Is there anything else you all want? Because here's my reasoning. He's going to struggle to make sure not to hit Sylvia. Grab his little fanny pouch. Pop it down. Do you have any idea how much this would be worth?
And what is it?
It's that greatsword.
Ah. Well, for this great sword, I would be willing to part with the mask. And if you give me a little bit more, maybe even the ring.
How much more?
I'm texting you, by the way.
Oh,
All right.
there's a text.
I don't know where the front door is. Is it the top door? Is this the door? How did we get in here?
We just hear a thud. You're like Zoro from One Piece. Doesn't know where he's going at all.
That will cover the mask. And she hands you the mask, Elkson.
What portion of your soul did you just give up?
What's it called so I can add it in D&D Beyond?
It's not in D&D Beyond yet. Let me know when you attune to it.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, she'll put it on.
Alrighty.
Careful not to damage the flower crown.
You may check your inventory now. And you are attuned to it instantly as you put it on. Well, Nen, I'd say this sword and just a little bit more and you may have the ring.
Look into Suzanne. Would you prefer the ring or potion?
I already bought the mind reading potion. What other potion did she have?
Oh, I have greater healing potions, superior healing potions, and healing potions.
How much for a superior healing potion?
450 gold.
I see.
I have one of those. I have 2 graders at 150 gold. And I have 5 regulars at 50 gold apiece.
I'll
Not
take the,
saying it in D&D Beyond.
It's not in D&D Beyond, it's in Foundry right now.
Right.
I'll take the 2 greater healing potions.
Okay.
That's 300.
Yep.
I was trying. How much could the sword get us in health potions if you care to barter?
I'd rather barter with coin for the healing potions. I do want that sword though, but if you just give me a little bit more, you may have this ring. I swear you will not find a ring like this anywhere else.
No. I think I'm.
Very well.
But I do appreciate the offer.
Well, this will be the very last time you will see something like this. I do know that in your future. But if you offer just 50 gold on top of the sword, you may have it.
And that's the ring that did like a 10d6 fire, right?
And 10d6 radiant.
But it'd blow me up too, right?
She didn't say anything about that. Gives you +1 on all saves. Yeah, you just read that, didn't you, there, Damien? Last chance.
This is in.
I'll give you 5 platinum. That's 50 gold.
Well, to make sure it's going to a good place, please put it on, so I know that you're not going to just sell it out from under me. I only giving you this bargain because you did save my life.
This is the cursed ass item.
You put it on?
I'm going to like hold it against my finger. Lord Ixbit, which finger do you think would look
Well,
pinky, right?
absolutely. You have to keep your pimp hand strong.
Absolutely. So I slide it on my pinky.
Okay. It is attuned to you. And it is in your character sheet now. Read it.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
And this is where we're going to end our session for tonight. With 3 of the party members getting 3 cursed items.
3.
3. So,
Who else got a cursed item? I'm so confused.
we will end our session how we end all of our sessions. But first, I'm going to read what the mask in the ring does.
No.
Now I'm fucking terrified.
You don't want to leave the suspense?
Yeah, let's leave it.
Oh.
Let's leave it, yes. So we're going to end our session how we end all of our sessions, with bitches, gripes, complaints, comments, questions answered. Starting with Gavri.
Boy, I'm sure that all the stuff in this episode certainly won't have any consequences going forward. I'm glad everyone got a nice, fun fortune telling from the nice lady. All good.
Next,
Shit is.
next would be Jay in Demand.
Fun, good times. I'm a little nervous because I don't know who the third cursed person was.
I meant two.
Okay, you scared me. I was like, I didn't use the potion yet. Fun, good times all around, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Next, Miyagi.
I'm having a great old fucking time. I just read the ring.
Oh, nice.
Oh! All right. But I'm glad Miyagi survived. Like, I'm glad I got a little bit of healing. But yeah, I'm.
Just remember, when you break your word or lie.
Yep, I know.
And anything else, Miyagi?
I think it was a great roleplay session.
And last but not least, Damien the DM.
About the mask, all I'm saying about the mask is it's a good thing that Alexon has more health now. And there's gonna be some shit, and there's definitely gonna be some RP differences that I'm curious to see how y'all will pick up on it with Alexon, with what she just traded. But this was a lot of fun. I loved the serious RP with Gavri, with Zen. I'm happy that Miyagi survived. Like, the story just keeps getting more exciting.
Yes, Miyagi, you had a resurrection roll. And it was down to a roll. You could have been burned. I rolled a 13. Your DC was 8 because of everything that you said. However, as we are using Matt Mercer's rolls for resurrection, it does count as a difficulty increase if you do die. So, join us not next Monday, but the following one, as our party explores the wonders of the Witchlight Carnival. Maybe find something about themselves. Or maybe lose their soul in a card game. Who knows? Haven't really planned it out yet. But thank you for the new follows. Thank you for the new everybody watching, I definitely do appreciate it. It does help the stream. It helps the, feel free to mention it on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube where everything will be uploaded. Unfortunately, this will be part 2, so I'm going to have to figure out how to put the 2 videos together since we had some tech difficulties. So join us next session as we go over how to deal with a character's death. Good night. Let's go raid somebody.
So I love the name Marshmallow for the marshmallow
I
hammer.
love it too.
Fantastic.
I thought the player Ren was going to jump all over that.
I love it. I love it so much, but I don't have that kind of money, and Gabby ain't willing to pay what is needed to pay for that.
It's gonna be
Also, it's
fun with what Elkson paid.
Right, it's so rare that I have a character who's like, nah, I know this because these my people, and this some fey bullshittery, so nah, I'm good.
Now-
know.
We are going to raid Jason Charles Miller, who is another D&D player, but who also does fantastic music. Highly suggest you check him out.
I just want to see
Good
the
session,
numbers.
Brian.
Thank you. And we have now raided.
Yay to the raid.
No. That's fine. That's fine. I could survive that.
His comments, and he just
Walk
said,
it to
"Ah!" What's up, Night's Fall?
So do y'all want to know out of character about this mask?
I read it.
Going nice.
Or do you want to figure it
Thanks for the
out?
raid.
Do you want to know
Actually-
what Elkson traded for the mask?
Welcome to the show.
Where did you... were the items posted
I don't know, but I put
somewhere, or am
I put the
just-
cover on my Instagram, so you
They're
see
in
it
our
I
on my
read-
inventory in
Instagram.
Foundry.
Oh.
So
I
like
read
3 years
Elkson because
ago,
Elkson
and
sharing
you
her
see a
screen, so I was
BMX
able
or
to read what the
motocross
mask
Yeah.
does.
cover
No clue what the ring,
on my
the bomb
Instagram
ring
picture.
does.
That's what game it was in.
Ugh, already. Do you want to know?
So it ended
I
up
do, very
in,
much
the
so.
in this BMX. What's happened? See till the end.
No.
So the song I'm about to play
My son,
is on my
he's
album From
very
the Wreckage Part
charismatic,
2.
you know.
But
So I have to vow.
I originally
and while I
recorded it
wear
for In
this
the
ring,
Wasteland. It didn't
I'm
make it in the
+1 to
Wasteland.
all my savings. When I break
No, it's
my
great,
word
Nightfall.
or lie,
It's totally
it's
fine.
suspended
I
until
love
the
it.
next dawn, dealing
Then
1d6
I
fire
put
damage.
it on From the Wreckage
And
Part 2, and that's
if
where
I
it
roll a
lives right
6
now.
on
But it
the
also
fire
still
damage,
lives in that
it's
video
shattered
game.
completely.
Oh, that's fun. Does it then do all the
called
damage
Reckless.
that it does?
I don't know. It's just
Say that again?
Casually 20d6.
if say I take a d6 of fire damage and roll a 6, is that ring going to blow up at that point, or is it only when it's an action detonated?
Let's see. If you roll a 6, the ring shatters completely and is destroyed. That is going to be just destroyed. It's not going to activate Sunkiss.
Okay.
However, Sunkiss can only be activated while you're wearing the ring, and you automatically fail the saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's like that one.
I mean, Elkson. Go ahead. Elkson tried to barter for the ring and the mask, but only got the mask.
So if you guys see who I rated, he looks like the most like cowboy bikerish type dude, but he's also huge into D&D and plays D&D and has done some of the Critical Role songs and all that.
Nice.
He's pretty damn awesome.
I'm super interested to see what Alexon traded, because I know there's a lot you can give up that has certain weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I really.
Your
I feel-
queen approves.
She might. I thought she might. Do you want to know?
I do.
Was it the eye?
Nope, it wasn't
No.
an object.
That's the thing. That's the most powerful thing you can barter, are like the you things.
Did you give up memory?
No.
Did you give up the dragon?
No.
Nope. She gave up her hesitancy.
Oh, wow.
So if y'all thought she was reckless before, I mean, she was just told that her indecision was gonna doom everyone, so she's like, well, time to not be indecisive.
I'm so glad Gabri doesn't know. I'm so glad. He warned everyone twice, like when we first took a Feywild portal, and then again in the shop. And y'all are like, nah, it's fine. Fey magic ain't shit. I got this.
Allison understands that there are repercussions for it, but she is less concerned